January, I think we started, didn't we? We started with a script read through, which we always do. We started with main cast. We did it around my house, most of it. And then kind of we brought in then we had the table cast at ours. We did the script read through because the lines, and then we kind of talked about movement. And then we had a rehearsal with the supporting cast. Again, talk about movement. Chris taught them how to play cribbage. And then we kind of just came in the hall and hoped it would go together, and it did. And then we've had maybe 5 rehearsals in the hall. Yeah. And so that's it.
Let's see video of that. We filmed our session at the hall. Yeah. Oh god, the supporting cast like going all over the place. We're just sat here.
Well,
Okay.
So any other questions? We can read this one here. From Jane and Dick. Are ghosts real? Well, I think the claim's pretty expert on it. We just wrote a story.
So you're a believer then, Miss Gallagher?
How about we go around the cast? Start with Anna. Do you think ghosts are real?
Yes.
Sorry to be pessimistic, but no. Nina? No. Ian?
No.
Buster?
Perhaps.
I'm
rather on the fence. I don't, but I know someone who does.
Who, John? Who do you know?
My good lady probably does.
I'm going to say yes. Chris? No?
As a founder member of the Hertfordshire Paranormal Society, I have to say
Is there anything you don't do?
no, like a 40.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yes. I'd say... I can't remember the line, but it's something about tricks of the light. But I'd like to believe in them, but I don't think so. He wouldn't want to live forever, but yeah. But the stories are good, I think. So yeah. Let's show our hands. Who believes? 1. Yeah. Awesome. I win. Okay. Who is your favourite ghost? What, out of the cast? Okay, go around again from Anna. Who's your favourite ghost?
I'd say the ghost from the woman in black.
Oh, I was going to say that one. Nina?
Videos.
Ghost Christmas Past.
Oh.
You got me there.
Buster?
I was just a Ghost of Christmas Present.
Oh.
Well, obviously the Ghost of Christmas Future. Saw that one coming.
I'm going to say Buster as well, or Phineas.
Patrick Swayze.
Marshall Taylor.
Then I have to say Herbert then, wouldn't I? I can't think of any because they've next to my answers. What was the inspiration for the show? I think there's a lot of, when we were doing the first panto, I just thought, I like ghost stories, I thought it'd just be nice to do one. Originally, when I first imagined it, I imagined we'd do it in a pub back room, and maybe do it would just be the sort of 4 cast and then the Herbert, and and just sort of do it once, over 4 weeks, so a Saturday each over a month. And but then we started talking about it and got you involved, and it grew, and we've got all these lovely people involved, and that's kind of where it went, really, isn't it?
I think there was an aspect of, bloody hell, that panto was a lot of work. Right, let's do something a bit simpler.
Well, I think afterwards, I'm never doing a panto again. And about 2 weeks later, let's do a panto!
Oh, here we go again.
Yeah.
Never doing a panto again, boy.
Close to being a panto. Sorry?
It came very close to being a panto.
It did in bits.
What was that?
That too. Surprisingly.
We were quite surprised by everyone found the second half funny.
For all of you, what was so funny about Pig being shot?
Tragically died by gunshot.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, what was wrong with the bear in?
Landlord, isn't it?
You laughed, but we're actually going to go there for our little reunion because I feel bad about, but no, it's probably my favourite pub in Oxford.
The landlord turned up.
Oh my word. Well, we'll just ping that on you. Nothing, it just, it's an old pub and I thought I wanted to feature it, but
And it's nice all the local references.
yeah, I'd like to do that, keep it in Oxford, yeah.
I just wondered if Buster was typecast as a ghost because of his name.
What? Who's the Ghostbuster?
Oh, you gonna call?
Right, the next place.
Who are you going to call?
Yeah, so where's that doll gone?
There was no dog.
It's right on the ground.
Dear Bethany.
Just turn up at your house one day.
We lock it away at night, don't we? Yeah. Any other questions?
Hello?
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
Pippa.
Question for James Harriman.
Oh, joy, yeah. Yes.
Are those whiskers real? If not, how do you make them?
They are. I thought I'd go, yeah, full method acting here. To grow out the sideburns for this role, yeah.
He's playing Wolverine next.
That's it, that's right. I'm getting in shape later.
I hope you're shaving for the fact that you're a lot younger in that one.
Yeah. My kid. No, I'll want a haircut as soon as it's over, to be honest. I've signed a contract. I'm not allowed to cut my
Sponsored
hair.
head shave.
Yes! Let's do it!
Oh, there's an idea.
I've done. We'll publish it on YouTube. Any more questions?
I got one.
Yes! Yeah.
Have any of you guys, any of you up there at all, ever seen a ghost yourself? Awesome! Can we hear your story?
It's not much of a story. I was driving home one day and I saw what I thought was my friend in a long riding jacket looking over a wall. And then I looked back at the road and then looked back again and she wasn't there. And when I spoke to her, she lived just down the road from me, I spoke to her sort of a couple of days later and she wasn't even in the area at that time. Well, I could swear it was her standing over, looking into sort of the school playground or something. And just
She wasn't even dead.
It's not my story though, it's Sarah's.
I know Sarah's, it's a really good one.
Go on, tell him.
So Sarah used to live up north with their mum and dad when they were in the RAF, so they used to move around a lot. And they had lived in a cottage, can't remember where, but South Yorkshire. And her mum and dad were out for the evening and Sarah was in the house on her own. And there was a long corridor down the middle of the house and Sarah was in the lounge or kitchen area and saw a lady in a blue dress walk past the end of the thing and thought it was her mum, because her mum coming out in a blue dress. And so she walked down to the end to look where her mum was. And then literally about a second later her mum and dad walked in the door and said, "We're back!" And she literally, she said she saw it full on, it wasn't even shimmering or anything, it was just this person walking across the
This is the Matrix.
glitch in the matrix. Yeah, no, really.
I've actually seen things that we got.
I have got a slightly ghost spooky story.
Go on then, did you
I
spooky
forgot
up?
about this. Right, so this is absolutely true. So for those of you who don't know, I work at Trinity College. Trinity College is very old. It was founded in 1555. So we have there's a room called the Old Bursary, which is where the fellows have their lunch most days. And it's got two doors. One door which goes out into the chapel court, and then one door which goes into the college itself. And this side of the college, the college doors, is two doors itself. So one opens in like that, and this one opens out like that. So it's a double door. So every night we have to, it's sort of 11 o'clock midnight and it's dark. We would lock up these doors. So you pull the inside door, lock that, and then shut the outside door and lock that, and checking the room's empty and everything. So I closed the inside door and closed the outside door and locked it. And the door handle was rattled from the inside of the room. I promise you, and I literally ran out of bed. But that is true, and I have no idea why, but there's lots of other stories at Trinity about things happening, but that happened to me.
Wow.
I have another story. We were on a ghost hunt at a church, and we got two mediums coming on with us. And they decided we were going to have this seance in the graveyard. And so it was all nice and quiet, and they were sort of talking to these spirits and whatever. And I wasn't buying any of this, but it was getting all so quiet, and everyone was so concentrating, and all of a sudden you hear this, "Bring out your dead!" And it was someone's text message coming. She was a writer, so it's a weird text message. But I just killed myself laughing, so I recognised it straight away. Everyone's like, "Ah!"
I've seen some weird things. You can read about in my book. But I have seen them, I have experienced them, but I still think that it's hallucination is in. I was completely sober, but like how I think when you see shapes or hear things, your brain's trying to make sense of what it is, so it puts it into it's something it recognises. So, but as having said that, if I hear any noises and it's dark and quiet at night, I tend to run quite fast. But yeah, but I quite explain John's story. That is cool.
They are but miscalculated equations caused by the flickering of the lights.
Yeah. Cool. Any other questions?
Could we maybe have a comedy ghost thing next, a la Rent-A-Ghost for those
What a comedy
remember
ghost thing.
Ghostbusters,
Yeah, that'd be a-
indeed.
You have to come and see what we come up with. I think we got a ghosty one for J3 Removals, haven't we? Showstopper.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
We just do Adam's family at
I'll be Uncle Fester.
We've already got one.
Brilliant. So, are you all questioned out, or?
That's
Did you
lovely.
mind us laughing?
No. As long as you enjoy it and have fun.
Yeah, that's
I think we just.
We didn't really know where the last
No,
one
it's
was.
very interesting.
So,
Well,
That's
Yeah.
really all of you guys, so I could hear you giggling as you're trying to talk about, don't shoot.
Yeah, that's a common thing.
It was really interesting actually, because one scene I was not worried about, but I didn't know how it was going to go, was when I punched James, the little fight thing, and it's really difficult to do any kind of fight scene. But actually, what Buster said to me afterwards was that it looked like two guys trying to have a fight who aren't used to fighting, which is funny. So actually, that's okay.
No Jameses or Johns were hurt and making this play. It's my detail, but yeah, I was. I fell on the floor. I flipped over the stairs. Oh,
Right, we won't keep really long.
no, that's the bar's open. So
The bar is open.
yeah, you want to hang around and enjoy the sunshine.
Thank you ever so much.
Yeah, thank you.